Why don't we ever tell secrets on a farm? Because the potatoes have eyes, the corn has ears, and the beans stalk. To our discussion on the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This bestseller urges us to zero in on what's truly significant, leaving the rest in the dust. It's about honing in on the essentials and letting go of the trivial. If you're here hoping to learn how to give less of a fuck about that. Chapter 1 of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, where Mark throws out the window everything your sweet grandma taught you about positivity. Welcome to the world where the incessant pursuit of positivity is more like a sugar-coated yes. You heard it right. It's like trying to paint a crumbling house with vibrant colors. It won't collapse. Let's take humorous spin on this. Imagine you're a zebra, and every time you spot a lion, you tell yourself, stay positive, that's just a big misunderstood cat. Well, let's just say your positivity isn't going to stop you from becoming quick snack. Similarly, forcing a smile when you're feeling down is akin to this delusional zebra. It's a form of denial, a refusal to acknowledge the natural ebb and flow of life's experiences. So next time you're feeling down, remember, it's okay to feel like a deflated balloon sometimes. Just don't let it pop you. In our journey through The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, we come to Chapter 2, a section I like to call How to Be a Party Pooper and Still Have Friends. Now this part of our guides us on harnessing the power of saying no. Exactly, no to late night binge watching, no to those extra cupcakes, and yes, even no to your boss's unreasonable demands. We're talking about setting boundaries here, folks. Let me illustrate this for you. Picture yourself at a party where someone is coercing you to dance to Baby You Detest the Song, but you don't want to come off as rude. Here's where the magic word plays its part. A polite, no, thank you. And you've managed to spare yourself an evening filled with cringe. However, it's not solely about circumventing uncomfortable situations, it's about valuing your time, your energy, and your mental peace. The act of saying no enables you to concentrate on what is truly significant. It's about prioritizing quality over quantity, and that, my friends, is a life-altering perspective. Always recall, my dear readers, no itself is a complete sentence. And if anyone disagrees, well, feel free to tell them a firm no. Chapter 3, where The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck tells us it's okay to be more confused than a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. Now imagine life as a never-ending quiz show where we don't have all the answers. Sounds daunting? Well, according to the teachings of this book, it's actually quite liberating. The beauty of not knowing everything is akin to a cat chasing a laser pointer. It's the chase, the curiosity, that keeps us engaged, not the end point. The book encourages us to embrace the enigma, to savor the suspense. Yes, it's like sitting through an entire season of your favorite suspense thriller, biting on your popcorn, not knowing who the villain really is. It's about accepting that we're all just improvising like jazz musicians jamming to a tune. We don't have to have all the answers, we just need to keep playing, keep exploring, keep asking questions. So embrace the uncertainty, my friends. After all, a surprise party is only fun because you didn't know about it. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Chapter 4, where we learn that failure is as welcome as a skunk at a lawn party, but just as necessary. Picture this, you're on a date, you've got spinach in your teeth, and no one tells you. Embarrassing? Yes. A failure? Absolutely. But guess who's religiously checking their teeth before dates now? That's right, you are. Failure, my friends, is the universe's way of teaching us. It's the cosmic professor handing out life lessons whether we've signed up for the class or not. Think about the first time you tried to ride a bike. You fell, you scraped your knees, maybe even a bit, but guess what? You got back on bike. And now you're the Tour de France champion of your neighborhood. Failure, it's the secret ingredient to our personal growth. We stumble, we fall, we get back up, and we learn. Remember, folks, the only real failure is not learning from our mistakes. So let's keep messing up and learning. Chapter 5, where we discover that suffering is not just for melodramatic soap opera characters. Now, here's a plot twist for you. Suffering is a good thing. No, seriously. You see, Mark Manson, the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, argues that suffering, struggle, and pain are not just inevitable parts of life, but also valuable. About it. Like that time you tried to make a souffle and it collapsed, or when you attempted to assemble IKEA furniture and ended up with an abstract art piece instead of a bookshelf. These struggles, these moments of suffering, they teach us, they shape us, they help us grow, and no, We're not saying you should go out and stub your toe for personal growth, but when life does give you a metaphorical stub toe, embrace it, learn from it. So, next time you're suffering, remember, it's just life's way of giving you a high five. It just missed your hand and hit you in the face. So, what have we learned from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck that feels like it was penned by a sailor with a foul mouth? Let's break it down. First, we discovered that conventional wisdom is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Instead, we should embrace the unconventional, the weird, and the wacky. That's right, folks. Being a square peg in a round hole isn't a problem. It's a superpower. Next, we learned about the joy of saying no. And not just a polite, maybe later, but a resounding, no way, Jose. It's about setting boundaries, cherishing our time, and not letting others dictate our lives. Then we delved into the magic of uncertainty. We realized that not knowing what's around the corner isn't terrifying, it's thrilling. Life is not a multiple choice quiz, it's more like a surprise party. We touched on the importance of failure. It's not the end of the world, it's just a stepping stone on the path to success. Remember, even Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb, failed 1,000 times before he got it right. And finally, we explored the value of suffering. It's not about avoiding discomfort, but understanding that pain can fuel growth. It's like going to the gym for your soul. And that, my friends, is the profound wisdom of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Or as I like to call it, how to be a happy honey badger in a world full of stressed squirrels.